This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, we continue to preview the upcoming election with our Lisa Sugart and the Standard Speaker's Mark Ketcher. Good evening and thanks for joining us here at FYI. I'm Ken Kara and let's get right into it, friends. Yesterday marked the last day for candidates who filed nominating petitions to withdraw their names from the upcoming primary election ballot. FYI's Lisa Sugart and Standard Speaker Managing Editor Mark Ketcher have the details.
Well, today, Mark Ketcher is here, the managing editor of the Standard Speaker, to talk about what's not on the upcoming May primary ballot for the city of Hazleton. And Mark, I guess we're not going to see, first of all, the police question on the referendum question concerning police on the ballot.
That is correct. And that's much to Mayor Yanuzzi's disappointment. He had expected that the question would be on the ballot for the May primary and that voters would weigh in on whether they would like to pay an additional tax to fund additional police officers in the city of Hazleton. But we've come to learn that it's too late for that to happen at the Election Bureau. They have confirmed that question will not be on the ballot. There was some type of misunderstanding or discrepancy between the city and the Election Bureau when it came to this. The mayor is saying that it is the Election Bureau's fault. He was asked recently whether he would like the question on the primary election ballot in May or the general election ballot in November, and he indicated that he would like it on the ballot in May, and confirmed that with a solicitor or someone at the county. But as it turns out, that didn't happen. There was a miscommunication along the way. So yeah, now we'll have to wait until November until we see that question on the ballot and voters can weigh in.
Alrighty. And the other thing is that we will not see two names, which we've already reported, on the ballot in the mayor's race. There were originally 2 Republicans and 4 Democrats running, and now it is 2 and 2.
Right. Joe Nemchik had indicated to Election Bureau officials that on Friday he would be withdrawing his name from consideration. And then as of Monday, it still had not happened. So there was some question about what was happening there. Wednesday was the last day to withdraw as a candidate. So if that had not happened, then there may have been some confusion. There was a situation a few years ago with Steve Hahn on the ballot for school board. Mm-hmm. He was not taken off the ballot in certain counties, so he did appear, and it had an impact on the election because his name was there. Even though he was not a willing candidate, his name was on the ballot, and people did vote for him, and that caused a special election in that school board race with his name off the ballot, so that it would be a fair process. So, fortunately, in this case, it didn't come to that. Joe Nemchik's name has been removed, as well as Mr. Medashevsky. So they will not be on the primary ballot. We'll see what happens down the road. Again, as we discussed before, they can file as an independent and be on the ballot in November if that's what they so choose. We'll just have to see how that develops.
Alrighty, and one final thing. Tomorrow, Mark Ketcher will be making the big introduction for Michael Apicella at the Hazleton Art League for his big show tomorrow night, and he'll be talking everybody of how the Hazleton area inspired his art. So that's interesting. He writes a column twice a month for the paper, so you're going to be taking part in that.
Yeah, and Michael writes, as you mentioned, a column that's very well received, often the most read story on our website that day when it's published. And that's a credit to Michael. I always say that the fact that he is able to stay so in touch with Hazleton while living in Europe, it's just fantastic. But he gives that slice of life kind of feel to his columns. And he's good at name dropping too. So people who who lived in Hazleton are really familiar with what Michael's writing about and with the people he's writing about. So that's what the draw is, I think. Ray Saul passed away a while back, and he had that special touch as well. He was able to really connect with the people, and no one can ever replicate Ray Saul, but Michael does a really good job in his place, so to speak.
Very well said. Yes, that is true. So we hope you'll come out to the Hazleton Art League tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. See Mark and Michael Apicella.
And speaking of Michael Apicella, the Hazleton native, well known for both his writing and art, he was in our studios today for a special taping of the Sam Lassant Show, and we had the chance to ask him how his childhood home inspired his work.
When I was a little boy growing up on Lincoln Street in Hazleton, one of our neighbors was the internationally known colorist Herb Auck. He was an abstract expressionist painter, and he was my neighbor. So as a boy, I would go over there and hang around with his kids, John and Chris, and it would be like being in the Guggenheim. Every room in their house had abstract paintings on the walls. And if anybody ever looks at my work, they will see, although mine is not that bracing slap-in-the-face modern art, I years ago moved away from representational painting to abstract expressionism. You'll see sky, you'll see water, and if you know the Hazleton area, you'll see the Sugarloaf Mountain, you'll see the Appalachian Mountains, you'll see Blum and Angela Park if you know what you're looking for. It's all there.
And you're invited to see Michael Apicella, How Hazleton Inspires My Art and My Writing, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. at the Hazleton Art League. For more information, you can call 570-817-1075. Later in sports on FYI, we'll preview this weekend's Pennsylvania Golden Gloves Central District Championships. And up next, we continue our artsy edition of FYI with R. Thomas Berner. He'll talk about his exhibit at the Tamaqua Community Arts Center.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
On Thursdays, we like to talk with people who are working very hard to improve downtown Hazleton. Part of our Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress segments, Jocelyn Rizzo. She is the director of power here in the Hazleton area. Local professionals trying to enrich the region, but she's getting the word out. It's not just for professionals. If you just want to volunteer and you're interested in making the area even better, get involved, and you have a lot of opportunities. Jocelyn, what is going on with power? You have a ton of events coming up.
So spring is in full bloom. We have tons of things going on. Our first and I don't want to say most important, but definitely the one that everybody seems to be excited about is our April Mixer, which is going to be at Smith Floral Company in West Hazleton. If you are not aware, they are under new ownership, and Jen has graciously donated her space to our mixer, and that's going to be on April 23rd. We also have a painting class on second Fridays that thankfully the Pines has donated their conference space to a local artist. Her name is Giselle, is going to be teaching the class. Mm-hmm.
So a few events coming up. Now, if Jocelyn, someone's watching this and saying, I don't know if I'm interested in those things, would you take suggestions from people who maybe even outside who might say, hey, maybe you guys can do this, and how can they reach you if that is?
Absolutely. You can email us at info@hazletonpower.com, or of course you can always email me directly. It's jocelyn.rizzo@yahoo.com. Anything you would like to see us get involved in, like our Facebook page, send us a message, send me an email, grab me on the street and tell me, hey, I want to do a boxing class or something. Let me know. We're always looking for different suggestions.
And over the course of taking over as director, you have, and working with Annie Vinatieri, you have some ideas. Where do you want Power to go this year?
We really want our organization to become kind of like a household name. We want people to know, what we're doing and who we are and how much we want to see the Hazleton area grow and get involved.
And there's a lot of events going on in downtown Hazleton. I was at a Power Mixer with Jocelyn over at the Pines on Broad Street. A lot of fun in downtown Hazleton. I had fun that night. I spent the next 3 weeks actually going out in downtown Hazleton. You having fun? I mean, going to the Pines?
I love it. I'm always meeting new people, and I love hearing their ideas for things that we should be getting involved in, and even their criticisms.
That's good. And you work at the Dragonfly as well, right? People can see you there?
On Saturdays, yes.
All over downtown Hazleton. Jocelyn Rizzo. Well, Jocelyn, we do appreciate the time, and if you're interested in Power, reach out.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
The Ott Miller rocks at the Ott Miller Playground, and if you're from Hazleton, I'm sure you have a story. It's time for our weather story. They call that the forecast, the National Weather Service. They do have a hazardous weather outlook in effect for our area, as mild air along with rain will help snow melt, and that can increase runoff into streams and rivers in our area this week. The National Weather Service says localized flooding is possible this week, so keep your eyes on the rivers. Tonight, as we look at our forecast, rain showers are likely. Some thunder is also possible possible. It will be cloudy with a low around 30 degrees. There's a chance for snow, maybe new snow accumulation of less than a ½ inch possible. On Friday, on our extended forecast, there's a chance of snow showers before 8 a.m. It'll be a cloudy day with a high near 41. New snow accumulation of less than a ½ inch is possible. On Friday night, slight chance of rain and snow showers before 8 p.m. Mostly cloudy with a low around 19. Saturday, slight chance of snow showers, partly sunny, only getting up to 30 degrees. Saturday night will be cold with a low of 17. On Sunday, it will be sunny with a high near 42 as it warms back up. Sunday night will be low of 31. Monday, mostly cloudy, high of 48. Hello spring, and Monday night partly cloudy with a low around 32 degrees. Tonight's weather is brought to you by Boyer Insurance Agency with 2 locations to serve you in our area, one in Cunningham, and that's on Sugarloaf Avenue, and they have another location in Nescopec on Broad Street. To reach them in Cunningham, call 570-788-3543, and to reach them in Nescopec, call 570-752-7683.
Well, recently we told you about a wonderful presentation that was held by Tamaqua very own R. Thomas Berner called 60 Years Later, a Photo Exhibition and Presentation. He is here with us today to talk about this wonderful exhibit that is still continuing at the Tamaqua Community Arts Center through April 3rd. And I must say that he is a professor emeritus from Penn State University, and as a journalist at Penn State, I used many of Thomas Berner's books. And so it's a pleasure to have you here. I never had you as a teacher or professor at Penn State University, but it's my pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you for having me.
It's a joy. Now tell us, you told me that this was called 60 Years Later because you have been taking photographs for that long.
That's true. I started taking pictures around 1954. My mother bought me a Brownie Hawkeye camera. I still have a lot of those. I have most of those photographs, as a matter of fact, and I showed some of them Friday night at the reception.
Now, for anyone who missed that and may have the opportunity to still go down and see all these beautiful works, tell them what they'll see and what inspired all of this.
Well, what they will see now are my current photographs. A lot of, all of them in color. Most of them are high dynamic range. What happened is when I retired in 2003, my wife and I, and my wife's from West Hazleton, by the way, got to plug that in. We retired to Santa Fe, and I started to take a lot of photo courses. And my wife got interested in photography. She was already painting and things like that. And so I became much better at photography, and I just started, and when you live in New Mexico, there are a lot of visuals for photographic purposes. And then I came back here. We returned in 2011, and there's a lot of visuals in Pennsylvania, a lot of agricultural pictures. So we've been continue to shoot.
So this will be more the current work. So over the years, you must have accumulated a lot.
Well, just to give you one idea, I taught in China in 1994. I probably have about 5,000 negatives just from that trip alone. And then I have been back to China several times since and taught there again with digital. That was film. So I estimate I have about 10,000 photographs from China.
And I was going to say to you, things have changed a lot since when you started until now, better or worse?
Oh, I think much better because there's greater control. You see right away what you've taken, unlike you don't know what's on a negative on the film until you develop it. So I like it much better. Put it on a big screen on my computer, manipulate the colors to get them better and things like that. So much better today.
All righty. Well, the beautiful works will be on display through April 3rd at the Tamaqua Community Arts Center. R. Thomas Berner, Professor Emeritus at Penn State, a journalism teacher that I wish I had, but now I'll get to see through your eyes the works that you've done photographically. So congratulations on all of this, and I hope a lot of people come out to see it.
So do I. Thank you.
Lisa, thank you once again. Before we go to break, here's your midday winning lottery numbers from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Pick 2, 29, pick 3, 634, pick 4, 3807, pick 5, 03915. 2 guests will join me in sports to talk about the Pennsylvania Golden Gloves Central District Championships.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
I'm with two gentlemen I love to talk to, and they always have great stories. This weekend, a great event, the Pennsylvania Golden Gloves Central District Championships being held in Monterey City. We'll give you all that information up on your screen. With us is the Executive Director of Pennsylvania Golden Gloves, Bernard Bruni, and Tim Witherspoon, working with the Hazelton Area Boxing Club, having great success there. Oh yeah, also two-time heavyweight champion of the world. And Tim, we have a local guy. Let me start with you, Narciso Diaz, who we've covered here on FYI. You're going to be in his corner. Tell us a little bit about him and what you really see in him. This is going to be, I think, his first real fight.
Yeah, I see potential. I see potential of a future champion. Him and his brother. His brother won about 3 weeks ago. There's so much talent here in Hazelton. It keeps getting better and better. So I see a great future with a nice-looking kid. He's definitely going to have a future after boxing. Nice-looking kid, but he can punch. He's strong. He listens, and I'm just looking forward to being in his corner.
So we have one local boxer, but 15 bouts. And Bernard, I've been there before, and I was not lukewarm on boxing, but I was really never exposed to it on the local level. I had a ball. I mean, every single bout was so exciting. So people are going to get their money's worth this weekend.
Absolutely. There are 15 championship bouts. We also have a female bout on there that's going to be very competitive. And the people come out, spend a $20 general admission fee. They'll be very entertained. The doors open at 6. The boxing starts at 7. It'll probably last till 10:30. It's at the Monterey City Citizens Firehouse in Monterey City, and it's right on Center Street, and it's going to be a great time. They have food there. They'll have some liquid refreshments. The champ will be there, working the corner and working the crowd, and I expect a big night. Hopefully we'll get 300, 400, 500 people to come in and see us.
Now, whoever wins here will move on. They'll have to box again at regionals, and then from there they will go to the state championships. Now, what do you think of the Golden Gloves program here in Pennsylvania? You're a Philly guy, and I think I talked with Bernard. I don't know if your son went through it, but what have you thought of the Golden Gloves program?
It's beautiful. People need to really look at it and take notice that, hey, this is the future. Whether some of these guys are going to be president of the world or police officers or professional boxers, this is where we begin with the youth. And I'm just really happy to be training these guys. There's a lot of good talent here. And around the boroughs, there's a lot of good talent. Each day, somebody new coming, I'm saying, oh my God, the future champion of the world. And the funding is what's needed. The sponsorship, the funding, and we need a lot more older people pushing these kids to stay away from trouble and getting in the ring. And at the amateur level, that's where we all need the help. We need the help in that area.
And Bernard, you've given so much of your life to boxing. As soon as you started the program here in Hazelton, the numbers when I show up, I could barely navigate with the camera. It's very popular. Right. Why boxing? And I know I ask you this almost every year, but what do you see the kids get out of this?
We were talking before, it's just something about when you join a football team, you have a group of 12 people or even more and you're at practice and everybody's doing the same thing and you're working as a team. But when you're in the ring, you're by yourself. And it's all about you. You learn a lot about yourself when you train, when you go in the ring and you box or you compete, and you find a lot of things about what kind of person you are, that you don't have that guy next to you who's going to block and help you move somebody, but it's all you. And if you want to get it done, you have to put the training in. I always tell people you have to say your prayers and do the right things and keep your brain, your heart, and your soul all together, and someday you can become a champion.
It's definitely a great event, great organization. So get out there this Saturday, the Pennsylvania Golden Gloves Central District Championships. So while Narciso is going for his championship this weekend, his brother Adrian already has a Pennsylvania Golden Gloves Central District Championship. His fight was a few weeks ago, so he qualifies for regionals in Philadelphia on April 18th. Chrisley Mena, a 15-year-old female boxer from the Hazelton Area Boxing Club, will receive a walkover trophy this Saturday, and she also qualifies for regionals. We'll have more on the Hazelton Area Boxing Club next week on FYI, and more on the Diaz brothers on the next Out of Left Field. Well, I think I heard the bell. This segment of FYI is over, but we'll be right back. Thursday is $1 burger night at Bottlenecks. Get a juicy 4th pound burger for only $1 all night long.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, happy birthday to Bob Sagilia. Love from your family and friends. Our Talk of the Town report, Community Bible Fellowship will be holding a free Easter dinner Saturday, April 4th from noon to 2 p.m. They are located at 458 West Spruce Street in Hazleton, and all are welcome to attend. Eat-in and takeouts are available. For info, just call 570-436-2061. The next announcement, Holy Trinity Orthodox Church will be having a pierogi and halushki sale on Good Friday, April 3rd from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Please call ahead to place your order, 570-929-2179. And finally, Hazleton Trinity Lutheran Church, 100 North Church Street, will be holding Maundy Thursday service on April 2nd at 8 p.m. and Good Friday Quiet Hour service at 2:30. Reverend Mindy Hepp will be conducting both services. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Eugene Dale Culp of Hazel Township. Funeral services will be held Friday at 8 p.m. in the Butler Chapel of the Crofton Hughes Funeral Home. Viewing is Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. Jeanette E. Machesko of Weatherly. Arrangements will be announced by the Turnbach Funeral Home. And Veronica Miller, formerly of Sandy Valley. The McHugh Wilczek Funeral Home will announce complete arrangements.
My name is Leanne Falabelle, and I'm the Vice President of Marketing at the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce. And today I'm going to talk about our 9th annual Ladies Night Out event. And this is taking place on Wednesday, April 1st, and it's from 5:30 p.m. until 8 p.m. And this year we will be at the Valley Country Club in Sugarloaf. The cost to attend is $12 for members and $15 for non-members. And basically our theme of this evening is a relaxing evening of self-indulgence and networking and relaxation for women. So at this event we have hors d'oeuvres, we have plenty of food, plenty of drinks, we have a wine raffle that goes on, we do a large 50-50 drawing, and we also encourage businesswomen from throughout the area to bring your business cards and brochures, giveaways. We have what we call our business resource table, and this is just an opportunity for everybody to share their information amongst one another. And the most exciting part about this event is our mini business expo, and we have close to 30 businesses participating in this, and they're businesses that are really for women. We have our spas, our massage parlors, we have jewelry places, our physical therapists providing massages, just all kinds of different fun and interactive businesses there that are really geared towards women. And so if anybody's interested in participating in the event and attending, you can register on our website, hazletonchamber.org. Go to our calendar of events, April 1st, and you can click to register there, or you can just simply call our office at 570-455-1509.
Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Luis McDonough of Hazleton. Luis, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Two notes before we sign off. I was just told the Tamaqua Community Arts Center art exhibit we talked about will now run through April 11th. It has been extended. And we talked about Hazleton Power today as well. If you like their Facebook page, facebook.com/HazePower, you'll see a video of my wife out dancing me at a Power Zumba event, but it's all good because she can't hold a candle to me at FIFA. Thanks for watching tonight, everyone. Take it easy.